it is a problem if you're bidding it up, even if you intend to pay. You are manipulating the sale of your card. You are a non-interested buyer who's going to buy it so that other people outbid you. You're manipulating the computer. All right, we're back. Jesse is dead on the couch to our left, and he had his feet out, and I can't watch that. So, Shep is here. It's funny. We don't do the show together anymore, period. Jesse does it with Alex, or I do it with somebody else, or I just don't show up. So this is it. This is our life.
So. Yeah.
All right.
It's good to be back. It's been a minute.
Has been a while. You've been blowing us off for a while.
Well,
This is a really awkward intro for you guys, so I just want to know.
Jesse brought the remote with the microphone with him to the couch.
I've got the remote. Like if I need to jump in at any point, you got me. Don't worry, guys.
I think we're good. Thanks. I've heard enough. I heard enough on Thursday.
I do think the listeners should see the pic. Like we should paint the picture though.
He's
on the couch.
I'm going to take a picture.
He's laid back, shoes off. By the way,
I don't know
shoes
why that
off.
happened, yeah.
He's got the mic.
My stomach hurts so badly.
Yeah.
Just go home. I don't understand. Like the world's going to stop if you're not here, if you don't do hobby nonsense for a day. Just go home. What is wrong with you?
I have good work ethic.
Oh yeah, that's why we got this far in life. Okay, anyways, a couple things I want to talk about. I'm actually glad you're here. I wanted to do a couple sports-centric things. I didn't want to cut Jesse out of this because he usually can kind of host this and direct the narrative. Number one, the hobby love position expansion. I don't know if that's a real thing, but that's what I want to talk about. Okay. Forever, it has just been position players in baseball and nothing but quarterbacks in football. This seems like the first year we're actually seeing people get hobby love from other positions, specifically the pitchers. Like, we've been on a run of pitchers. I told Jesse I was going to call in with this on Monday, or Thursday. We didn't have any reception. I've never seen another time in the hobby. I hate to be dramatic like that. I've never seen another time in the hobby when pitchers have been as sought after as they are right now.
No, pitchers have always been the ones when we open up Topps Chrome and we get an auto, we're like, oh, great, he's pitching, or come on, please have a bat in his hand, kind of thing. So, and it goes beyond Shohei. I mean, obviously, Skeens has brought.
Yeah, I think Skeens is the one. I think Skeens is the one who changed the whole narrative on the subject. Like we've never had a guy start in his rookie season and be the all-star starter, and then he's going to win his first unanimous Cy Young. I think he set the tone, and then the timing. Like when Shohei pitches, it's like an added relevance to it. Yamamoto. Somebody asked me recently, like I know Skeens is the number one pick right now if you had to take a pitcher. Is Yamamoto 2?
Probably. I mean, Yamamoto's market just went crazy last weekend.
Yeah, and especially for the hobby.
We had in our shop, we had a Topps Chrome base. That was a refractor auto.
Okay.
Number to 499. Look at any comp, it was bringing 375 to 390 all day the last 30 sales.
Sheesh.
That was on Friday.
Yeah.
He does what he does over the weekend.
They win Saturday night. Yep. He wins MVP.
I come in on Monday, I pull it from the case just because I wanted to recomp. When I saw what it was doing online, I immediately put it online.
600?
No.
500?
There was highs as 12.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's just stuff you do not see from a pitcher. So then it kind of starts to go beyond that. So Skeens is the obvious one. He's going to start this whole revolution. Yamamoto, even last year, was very relevant. Shota, Maga, whatever the kid's name was for the Cubs. Again, international market. His hobby market was very, very relevant last year. This year we saw the same early with Rhett Loader. He didn't actually perform that well, but there was some hobby hype around him. Chase Burns was like a stud pick for the Reds in draft. We saw his prospect stuff sell pretty well. I know I'm forgetting some other guys too.
Kid from the Brewers.
Oh, yeah, Jacob Mizorowski, whatever it is. Like Dacky came out and had like a 8-week stretch, whatever it was unbelievable. His stuff shot through the roof. Jonah Tong for the Mets. Even the kid for the Red Sox, Peyton Tolley, who did nothing afterwards, but his first start was very good against Skeens. Market went nuts. Fast forward to the playoffs, Cam Schlitter, whatever, for the Yankees. Crushes it. Trey Yesevich for the Blue Jays sets the record in the postseason. It is weird. Going into 2026.
We also have, is it Screwball?
Tariq for the Tigers, yeah. He's going to probably win the AL Cy Young. Garrett Crochet. So it's weird. Tariq and Garrett Crochet pitched excellent, but are a little bit older. So it's like, and not much older, by the way, just not a rookie this year or last year. Seems like their market hasn't gone as crazy, but it does add a new element where every year it's like, all right, who are the top 3 to 5 hitting rookies? That's who we're chasing. Well, the last 2 years, the best-selling rookie has been a pitcher. I just think it's a good thing for the hobby because it gives you more options of like when you're opening wax, who am I chasing? What's going to have good resale value?
Well, and I'll tell you another one that has done really well because I think it was a reminder of how good he has been traditionally, and that he's going to be a Hall of Famer, the Clayton Kershaw market, the announcement of his retirement.
Yep.
Again, another pitcher that obviously has not been forgotten.
Correct.
We know Clayton Kershaw. But when he made the announcement, all of a sudden I had people coming in. You got Kershaw rookies.
Sure.
So even another kind of hobby.
He's a relevant
Ripple.
guy. Yeah, and he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's arguably like a top 10, top 15 pitcher of all time, probably, which is weird to think. Like, we reviewed his stats not too long ago. Like, that kid's has had an unbelievable career. So I do start to think this is good. Are we seeing it in other sports?
Well, and think about all the guys we just talked about leading up to the Kershaw talk. How good do they have to be to just catch Kershaw?
Yeah,
I mean, Kershaw, even if he's top 15, you have to be. I mean, what I'm getting at is how good Kershaw is.
And how long he's been good. Because that's the other thing with pitchers.
Yep.
I don't know when we're going to see another 300-game winner. Like, the way they manage arms now, you have to have Tommy John surgery at some point. You can only pitch every 5 days at the most. That and 3,000 hits seems like the two milestones we're going to see less and less of. But just to expand this a little bit, now I start to look at, okay, well, what about in the NFL? Again, it's always just been quarterbacks, and the second best receiver in the league sells equivalent to the 12th best quarterback who stinks. It's made no sense. Same with running back, probably even deeper than that. Well, this year, right now, I just looked up the odds. Drake May, Matthew Stafford are both plus 300. Odds-on favorite to win the MVP. Number 3 is Jonathan Taylor. A running back has not won since the mid-2000s. AP was the last running back to win it. Here's some numbers for you. They've played 9 games, I think, or are they 8-2? 8-2. They've played 10 games. 1,139 yards. I want to get this whole stat. It's a stupid stat line. It is 1,139 yards. I think he has 15 touchdowns now.
I think 17 total. I think he's got 2 receiving.
You're probably right. Hang on here. Yeah, where's his totals? This is helpful. 1,139 yards. He's averaging 6 yards a carry, 15 rushing touchdowns, 260 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns there. So 17 total touchdowns. Like, the dude's on pace to break the touchdown record. The team has the best record in football. Again, like, first time I've ever remember people actively in my eBay live shows asking for Jonathan Taylor stuff.
Well, the unique thing, too, about what Taylor is doing is he's also doing it beside a guy who's throwing for anywhere from 230 to 330 yards a game. When Derrick Henry did it,
it was just him.
Oh, the Titans suck.
Yeah, Tannehill was. Tannehill?
Yeah, they might be throwing 175 to 2.25.
But it wasn't a threat.
Even AP, that wasn't a passing offense.
Not at all.
That was a run.
The AP thing is the most impressive I ever saw. I think that's the year he went off for 2,000 with 8 in the box every play. But Jonathan Taylor this year, like, I think if you're picking your poison, you're still putting the extra guy in the box because Taylor scares me more than Daniel Jones, like, no question. But that's a pretty complete team. Like, if they go in the playoffs, especially as the number 1 seed, if you project it out, they have a bye, you got to win a couple games. I do. Like, right now, I don't even think it's close. I'm a Pats fan. I love Drake May. I don't even think it's close. I think Jonathan Taylor should absolutely be MVP. Whether he gets it or not, we'll see. But the hobby is starting to accept, hey, this guy's having a great year. He's not a quarterback, but we don't care. The other kid is that Jaxon Smith dude for Seattle. I got to pull up his stats. I don't have it. But he's played unbelievable this year, having a ridiculous season. And it does seem like, again, finally guys are taking note, and he has a ton of hobby relevance. I like that it's not just one and done. If it's not the QB, there's no hobby relevance to a team.
Right. The only other 2 that I would throw in there that over the last 3 to 4 years has made, again, a ripple in the hobby.
JJ.
Justin Jefferson.
Yep, no question.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, and Chase has been so hit and miss.
And that really is on the back of Burrow.
Yep.
If Burrow's hurt, Chase, goes down because there's just nobody to throw. JJ's the one that, and I think what JJ did was marketed himself really well to kids.
Yeah, he's been very active.
He was a dancer, the gritty, all that stuff marketed him so well out of the gate, and he's good. I mean, we just know that.
Yeah, and he's also having like a very average season. He has 650 yards this year. To put in perspective, JSN has 948. Amon-Ra St. Brown's another kid. In the hobby, at least, and the team's winning games. They won again yesterday. People are starting to say, hey, maybe we could buy him. Puka Nacua, like that's the... After JJ, that's the most, and Jamar, he's been the most relevant rookie wide receiver in a long time with staying power, which is nice.
Another Detroit, and this may be more regional for us. We do have a lot of, we have people asking for Williams. Is it Jamison? The other receiver for...
I thought you were talking Gibbs.
For the Lions.
Yeah, he's had a good season.
But he's an Alabama kid, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Like. That's why he's low. Okay.
I may be wrong, so don't quote me on that.
You can tell by my tone. I have no clue what you're talking. I'm sorry. I don't pay that. I know Gibbs and I know St. Brown. I was excited.
Yeah, but Williams, I think, is the other side of that one.
Okay.
Again, not not huge moves, but there are some.
But something at least.
Some revival there on it.
I think it's a good thing. I have nothing else to say on this matter. I was just excited that we're actually seeing other people have hobby relevance. The one big story, too, Jesse and Alex talked about it Monday. I'm sure you've seen a little bit of this, like the Shilling thing that happened on Fanatics Collect. A guy bidding up his own cards, using a third party to sell them. I don't want to beat the dead horse, although this guy's been on, his name is P. Ryan. He's been on Instagram all day. Last night he was on there dropping hints that there's a bunch of other people doing it, and he has text messages, but they've been deleted. And then this morning it was very apologetic about everything. And I also talked to two guys who got served legally. I don't know if they actually got served or just got contacted by his lawyer that they have to take their YouTube videos down, and other people potentially getting, I don't know if I need to say the other part of this, but I just think it's funny. I think it shows how widespread this thing is. Like the fact that him and James, like Dr. Beckett, are talking about this, that was my biggest takeaway. This was not the conversation of two men who did something and they're like, shouldn't have happened though. This was like, no, everybody does it. Like, it's good. I have circles of friends that do this. And I was like, man, you're just talking about it like no regret at all? No remorse?
Yeah, and I don't know how you keep it from happening. I mean...
That's the other part, correct. Yeah, not to justify, but I'm not sure what you're supposed to do. If you use a third party at an auction house, what do you... I have no answer.
I don't either. I mean, other than it shouldn't happen.
Correct. And like Fanatics Collect, he did message this morning. They've banned him from Fanatics Collect, which I'm shocked. Like, because I said originally, I know he's buddies with Ruben. I've seen them out together multiple times. The fact that they totally tossed him, good on them.
I mean, they have to. I mean, you have to.
But what stops you from just making another account anywhere? Like, I'm not sure what the safeguard is. But I do think it's something like right now, and I was just talking to Boston Card Hunter, his name's Nick Andrews on the way in. I wouldn't buy a big card right now. And I'm talking big, like 6 figures or above. I just see all these things now. I look at like the Shine and Kevin O'Leary stuff. They're setting all-time highs every week. Then we've got these Babe Ruth selling, but nobody knows who bought it the first time, and now it's selling for way less. And then we have people like these two. I mean, James Beckett is as well-known a person in the hobby probably as has ever existed. Like, that's the most synonymous brand with the hobby, I would think. Topps maybe is more. But, like, Beckett, since I was a kid, has been the authority in the hobby.
On pricing at that.
On pricing. Yeah, this is the guy. There was a couple interesting quotes, too. At one point he said, and I think Jesse and Alex said some of this, so I don't want to rehash the whole thing. At one point he's like, yeah, we put in, it's like defensive bidding, defensive shilling, so it doesn't sell too low because I don't want these idiots getting a good price. And I thought, if it sells too low, you're not messing with comps. That just is the comp. Like, I don't know how you justify that. Did
you see the thing about Jeff Wilson being accused?
Kind of. So it was GW is all he said. He says, GW does this a lot. And then Jeff chimed in, this isn't me, but if you have evidence, I'd love to see it. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked, but I have no proof of that either.
That was the first conspiracy theory I saw. The other one was that the reason why it's not a bigger story you're not hearing about it is because P. Ryan is a owner of Collect, and Collect is not reporting on this story as of yet. So
P. Ryan's an owner of Collect with Jeff Wilson and Yahoo?
No, I guess Jeff Wilson.
Oh, no, Darren Ravel.
Yeah, Darren Ravel's Collect, yeah.
He's an investor in that? Oh, that's right.
So that's why you're not hearing about that. They haven't
said anything about this.
Done anything on this story. I'm just
interesting.
Is the stories that I'm hearing. I'm not stating anything as fact.
Well, I mean, it'd be pretty easy to search it. Like, have they posted about it?
I don't know.
Huh. I forgot he was an owner in that company. Yeah, okay. Again, my biggest takeaway was I think this is way more rampant than we think.
Well, and going back to the defensive bidding thing.
Yep.
There's other ways to be defensive.
Just set a reserve.
Buy it now.
Yeah, or set a buy it now.
Take an offer. Set a reserve. If that's your primary concern.
Yep.
You put things on bid because you want them to exceed your expectation.
Of course.
There are going to come times when certain items don't. Now, the way I do it, we do a lot of consignment with DC Sports, and you take your losses with your wins, and I have found that my wins on auctions outdo my losses.
Always, yeah. So he even made that post today. Like, I realize if I consign 10 items, 3 are going to do better, 3 are going to do worse. I've pretty much, like I just talked about my Brady sold way high, like almost $2,000 higher than I thought. But the Walter Payton sold about $1,000 lower. Now, if I knew it was going to sell for that, I wouldn't have sold it in the first place. But it doesn't mean I can then just go bid it up so it doesn't sell for that price. Like, that's the way they talked about it, and somebody has a friend who has friends that do this, and there's these circles. And then again, last night, the vague bullcrap was, well, I know of this person. Again, we're putting initials. I don't understand the point of that. Like, he's always been a very outspoken person on socials. And today he's very remorseful, and, people seem to be okay with that. I'm not sure why. My question is always, if you didn't get caught, would you still be doing it? Of course you would.
Yeah.
Like if you don't get caught and share that screenshot by mistake, so you can't tell me you're remorseful. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. And he's making a $50,000 donation to somebody because he can't go to a thing. That's fine. I messaged him to come on the show because I knew we were going to talk about it, and I wanted to at least give him a chance to give his side. But that is a weird thing. And by the way, this was what I was waiting to have happen. Nick said that this was going to come out today, and he just posted it. Yeah, so basically he's on here reading, as I'm going to let him talk too, but this is a direct exchange between a person who consigned and Nick. All Nick says is a major auction house. Okay. I know who it is because I heard some of this conversation firsthand. Okay, so here's what he's saying, but here's what the actual exchange was. The guy says, hey, morning, there's only 5 watchers, 4 including me. What marketing is being done so we can keep an eye out? And the person representing the auction house, his rep, says, marketing is doing an IG story this week. He said, very cool, I'll keep an eye out. I have a friend who's interested. I told him I don't know if it's allowed or not for him to bid on the card, and that I'd ask. He says, as long as it's paid for, we never have a problem with whoever bids. We don't have a problem with whoever bids, excuse me. The seller then says, apart from myself, I'm assuming, ? The response from this company is, if you won your own card and it was paid for, wouldn't be a problem either. If you're bidding up with no intent to pay, that would be a problem. Ha ha. Number 1, adults shouldn't be allowed to type ha ha. Number 2, it is a problem if you're bidding it up even if you intend to pay. You are manipulating the sale of your card.
Correct.
Like, that's the... I don't understand the justification, though. People are like, no, but I'm going to pay. I'm not asking... I understand you're going to pay. P. Ryan was going to pay if he won his own auctions, I'm sure. The problem is you are now inflating... You are a non-interested buyer who's going to buy it so that other people outbid you. You're manipulating the comp here.
Yeah. And the domino is it manipulates the second, third, fourth, fifth card down the line.
Correct. Yeah.
That's the whole market.
I just don't understand, and this is coming directly from an auction house. Nick was way kind. He has gone soft, by the way, because in years past, he would have absolutely blasted which auction house this was and exposed the rep and everything else. He was very calm, which I don't find nearly as entertaining. But I do. My biggest takeaway, I just think this happens way more than we think it does. And especially right now when there's people being vocal about it, I really start to wonder what is artificial and what's real.
But yes, I mean, I think, if you're willing, and there's always the other side too, would you want this to be done to you?
No, I want to win a card for what I want to win the card for.
Right.
Yeah.
And
here's the other thing I always hear too is, well, just because in years past people, and I think I've probably said the same thing, well, just bid what you're comfortable paying and then you can never be bid up. That also is not true, though. Like, if it's your card and it's sitting at 500 and the other comps are 800, I say, okay, I'd like to, I'll pay the 800, but I'd like to get a deal, obviously. If it's just me and you bidding, and you bid me up to 800, yeah, that's all I was going to bid anyways, but I shouldn't have got there. It's still, I don't know. I have a real, I don't know. The defensive bidding thing was different. It was like, well, it's a $10,000 card, and I'm bidding $1,000 just to keep an eye on it. I mean, I can almost understand that part. Like, okay, fine, I guess you're not manipulating because it's so beneath the price. But this thought of just like, well, as long as you're paying, it doesn't matter. I'm like, this is not true. Like, I'm not sure where this thought started. And it makes me nervous when guys like Nick talk about this because Nick rolls in the high-end circles. And he specifically told me, I texted 8 to 10 of my friends today, and he said, like, values north of 10 million, like extremely wealthy people. And his thing was, I don't think you should be touching anything high-end right now. He feels like the whole game right now is just like that, shilled and just being totally manipulated. And it does make you wonder, like, I live in the world of cards much less valuable. I don't think people are manipulating $800 cards that I'm buying or even $10,000, $20,000 cards. I don't think it's happening as much there. But on the big crap, it does make you wonder. If you got guys like O'Leary and Shine and everybody else talking about it, I don't know. I rarely buy into the conspiracy theories. I could see myself buying in heavy with this one.
All right, so is that a good bridge into talking about Probstein?
Sure.
Doing his own
Snipe
platform.
His own auction house, yep.
So I'll just kind of throw a thought out there. If you've made $1 billion on eBay, and all the eyes are there. You're a known entity there. You've been very successful there. We also know that eBay is the largest platform and will always be, in my opinion, the largest platform
until
for
we're
moving
dead.
and selling cards.
Absolutely.
I love the concept of what Fanatics Collect has done. We've sent them things. We've consigned some stuff there for customers. At the end of the day, it just does not bring the eyes. Therefore, it does not bring the money.
Yep.
That if the percentage payout is higher, you still lose money because you didn't get. Let's just say an NT patch out of this year's basketball that should have brought $60, but it only brought $22 because no one's seeing it.
Yeah, I'd rather have 87% of 60 than 98% of 25.
Of 25.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
So saying all that, if we know that there's not a platform that can be created, if Fanatics can't do it, anyone can't do it, in my opinion.
Agreed.
My question is there something more or behind him leaving eBay than just, I want to start my own platform?
Oh, good. Yeah, it is weird.
That connects all this. I mean, is it? Which there has been,
My theory is there was a PWCC thing coming. And I don't actually know that. Like, I talk to eBay all the time. I can tell you specifically, none of them have spoken to me about this. That was my thought.
But if your big players are Shilling, and we already know that, the Shilstein thing has been a rumor, and I just think this is all weird timing.
I think eBay, again, it's totally me speculating. I think eBay was going to come down and say, hey, we've seen enough of a pattern like we saw with PWCC, 2-3 years ago, when we threw them off for Shilling. We're going to throw you off as well, that he had this just ready to go. Rather to leave on your own, be like, hey, I'm just starting on my own, than to get kicked off for Shilling. I think that makes a huge difference. Because, it wasn't long after that happened, the PWCC was sold to Fanatics.
Right.
Because they were getting crushed. People weren't using them. People were very skeptical. Like, if that same thing happened with Probstein, hey, eBay is announcing you're kicked off because you were Shilling, is a different exit than, hey, I'm just leaving to start my own thing.
Yeah, I still read them as one and the same. Because
you can, but it's not definitive. Like, I
No.
can't say definitively. Like, maybe and probably even, but most people won't read into it. Most people will just read the headline of, hey, I've always used this guy. Now he's going to do his own thing, and he's paying me a higher percentage. So I think he'll probably do okay. A lot will depend on the comps, though. Like, what is your card selling for? I know I get people like using Probstein, I guess, but if your cards aren't selling for what they should, I just leave and go somewhere else. Go back to DC Sports 87.
And I used Probstein some for some memorabilia before DC started taking memorabilia, and I was always happy with it because it got eyeballs.
Sure.
But again, the motor behind that was eBay, not Probstein, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like, he helps. Like, doing a live show with DC, like, we did a live show once on eBay Live. DC's followers were all alerted. It was a massive boost. We're doing another one, by the way, the first week of December, back-to-back nights. We're going to try to do $500,000. Like, we've got some really massive Grail cards. We'll have much more of an announcement coming. But again, the catalyst is eBay. The fact that you have your own huge mailing list and newsletter list as well, it helps. But if there's no eBay, none of it happens. So, yeah, the reason for leaving, that's the only reason I can think. I don't think there's any, he seems like a very smart businessman. He's been super successful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, and he's not a kid. Like, I think Rick is quite a bit older than me. Why do it now? I just worry I wonder, was there bad news coming down the pipe? So it's like, hey, let me just move. Let me take an offensive move and just leave and do my own thing before it's just announced, hey, you're thrown off and I have nowhere to send my people.
I just feel like that, to me, creating any kind of platform that you're trying to sell cards on is almost like you trying to start your own grading company.
Yeah, it's brutal.
You're up against
eBay,
you're up against PSA, whatever. You're just not, to me, it just seems like throwing away money. But so that just causes me to question, is there something else there?
I think
maybe there is, maybe there's not.
I think there is. I don't know what it is. Here's the other point that Nick brought up in an earlier video. Should influencers be allowed to talk about their cards when they're being sold and the ramifications of that, or even the cards they're trying to buy? I'd never thought about it like that, but it is an interesting point. Like, I was on here talking, hey, my Tom Brady rookie, my Walter Payton rookie 2 weeks ago, DC Sports 87, they're being consigned, go buy them. I wonder, does that have any actual effect? I also wonder how many voices in the hobby can do that and talk about it and market, and it actually affects the price. Maybe it's more than I think. I don't think it's that much. I think most people who listen to this show or most shows are going to buy what they want to buy.
I don't have a problem with that because you have built and earned that platform or that voice, like, honestly. It's not the same as a shill bid. It's not the same as manipulating the market. You're just using your voice that you've created, your audience that you've created with hard work and honesty to promote something that is going to be for sale. To me, that's different.
Yeah, and my whole thing all along has always been every time I'm buying something high end, I talk about it because I don't want people to say, "Oh, well, he's saying one thing on a show, but he's doing something behind the scenes." If I'm buying Willie Mays rookies back in the day, like I did and got murdered on, I'm going to tell you I'm doing it. I'm not telling you because I want you to do it. I'm just telling you what I'm doing because this is what I think is correct. But the comparison he had was Jim Cramer cannot buy stocks. Again, I understand we're not in the stock market, but Jim Cramer talks about inflating and deflating prices and all that stuff has huge influence. He is not allowed to buy stocks. He can only do it to an anonymous third party. And I thought, oh, that's an interesting, I think his example is like maybe all the 5 major auction houses, REA and Heritage and Golden, all these guys get together, Fanatics Select, and you say, hey, we are no longer allowing people with, but then how do you define that too? Like this person has so many followers, so he has to consign his stuff to somebody else. I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting point. My overall takeaway was I do think we are in a time, though. I almost, I hate to say this, I almost feel like I've been a little naive to how much it has been. I think there is the fact that guys are talking about this so openly without any repercussion, and the fact that, like what Jesse just said, if that's true, that Collect has not talked about this at all, I just am like, well, yeah, you can do whatever you want. He's insulated there. And I'm not just talking about him, but he's the example we're talking about. I'm insulated on the media side because they're partnering up with Yahoo News and Darren Ravel and all these guys, and he's an investor. So he's covered there. In the auction houses, how do you combat it? I do. Like, what are you supposed to do? And I wish I had a real answer, and I don't. But it is worry. Like, I do find it troubling.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and here we sit. I don't know what to do. Yep.
Here you sit in Jesse's seat. What a treat.
Do you want to talk anything about the thing on Thursday of last week where we found out about the lawsuit, Wildcard?
Did we not? Oh, that was after the show?
Yeah, that we
Fill
never
me
talked
in on
about
that.
it on here.
I saw the headlines. I didn't really dive into that.
Yeah, so basically Wildcard is suing. They had sued Panini in the past, I think 3 years ago, and won $25 million for them using their inserts, like a copyright infringement.
Okay.
And now they are suing for, like, it almost seems like the same thing that Panini is suing Topps for. Like antitrust activity, anti-competitive nonsense, something like that. Jesse talked with Paul Lesko, and they got a lot more detailed.
According to Lesko, he said that in the court documents, the claims were specific instances and dates maybe that Wildcard was approached by distributors saying that they would no longer work with them. And it was because a threat was made that if these distributors continued to work with them, they would not get Panini product anymore.
Oh, so unfair business practice was the other big headline around it. I guess it's just interesting. Like, Panini is literally saying the same thing about Topps. It's unfair. We can't compete. What do we do? And we're going to sue you about it. Well, now you're doing the same thing to the other little guy. And I'm not saying that Wildcard is anywhere near as big as Panini compared to Topps. But if you're doing the same thing, I just think it's kind of funny. Like, it seems pretty hypocritical. Like, hey, you can't do this to us, but we can do it to the little guy. Seems a little weird. Wildcard's local, by the way, in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew this?
Yeah, it's Brentwood, somewhere.
Oh, it's that close?
Yeah. It's in the Middle Tennessee area.
Oh, if somebody from Wildcard is listening, you can come in. I want you in the studio. Come talk. We'll go sit on the couches.
Daniel?
Sure. You can say any name. I'm just going to
We
agree.
can probably get a name.
All right. I'm excited.
Probably
Let's
get a
do
number.
it. Yeah, done. Let's get a name. Let's get a number. I didn't have anything else, honestly, notes-wise. I had the mailbag. Anything else on top of your mind? What's going on at the shop?
So since we
please
talked about all this shill bidding and, this like millions of dollars of business that all this, brings, and it seems like every Instagram post is piles of cash on a buy, all the things. I just want to give a shout out to the holiday boxes.
Oh,
Topps holiday boxes.
I like it.
Hang on, let me get where I'm going.
Please, go nuts.
Absolute did a holiday box. I think somebody else did a holiday box. And you know what? It to me, it brings about the fun.
Are you talking about the Halloween box? Was that the big thing?
I'm talking about the snowflakes and the Christmas trees and the whatever else they put in those boxes. And here's where I'm going with it. In a world where, we're talking about these millions of dollars of cards getting shill bid, and we're talking about every deal has to be a $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50,000, and let's lay all of our cash out and take a picture and Instagram it. It's refreshing over the last week to have a lot of kids, families, et cetera, come in and go, do you have the new holiday boxes, knowing, and this won't be a popular opinion, knowing I'm not going to get anything in these boxes worth monetarily anything, but it's fun. It's exciting. It's neat to get a Shohei Ohtani cookie variation where when I flip the card over on the back, instead of the team logo, it's a cookie. It's a holiday cookie. It's fun to see, Manny Machado, his sleeve, his
like a candy cane or something.
Candy cane. It's fun to watch Bryce Harper. His belt's been turned into a Santa belt for the good of the hobby.
Sure.
Thank you guys for giving us something that we can rip, that we don't have any expectation of getting a $400 or an $800 or a $2,000 card, but the expectation is to have fun, and it delivers every single time.
And you don't have to charge $900 for the box.
No, it's $34.99.
I agree.
And it gives the kids and the families something to do. It doesn't cost a lot, and it's pure entertainment. It is pure joy. And to me, it's just refreshing as an owner of a shop who, yes, I've had to worry about a lot of money coming and going. It's just nice to see that, maybe there's a little joy above monetary value that comes about in our hobby every now and then, and it's refreshing. So
what a sublime thought. Is that the right word? Sublime?
It's a band.
Great band, yeah. Lead singer offed himself. That's not the sublime. Yeah, I agree. I do think it's because at some point I also think if you stepped away from social and all the bull crap, which I've been doing the last week, and I think I'm going to keep doing. I got myself in some trouble running my mouth last week. I've been getting blown up about it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just take the rest of the weekend off on vacation. It is true, though. If you take out the social sharing aspect of this, I think there's still a massive amount of people who just want to come in and rip cards now and again or thumb through a dollar box and just screw around and just have fun.
Oh, I know there is. We see it all the time. And
10x the amount of those people as there are who know who we are or who Jeff Wilson is or whoever the most, card collector too. Like, give me the most popular guys of any of the social media aspects of the hobby right now. I think there are so many people who don't know or care about that, and that is still the lifeblood, which is great. That's why I also hate to see all the corruption and crap with Shilling and stuff, because I'm like, at some point, those guys are going to keep progressing if their kids coming up and up and up, and at some point, they will be swimming in the pool with some of these sharks who take advantage, and that's why I do get irritated about when the big talking heads are just talking openly about screwing people out of money. That's why, because I think at some point, like, people progress to that. Like, if some of these kids, not all of them, but some will stay in the hobby long enough to where they're buying massive cards. Like, you see it at shows all the time, kids with Zion cases worth 6 figures, and it's like, oh, like, that's the trickle-down effect of you screwing with shill bidding and auction prices and talking about it and giving, like, tacit approval. So,
well, and that's why we, in our shop, and I'm just one shop, we talk ad nauseum almost to kids, especially when they're 10, 11, 12. And this is on our wall, real big when you come in. I mean, it's massive. It's the first thing you see.
No kids.
Collect what you enjoy and have fun. And I try to teach kids, like, hey, there's a lot of money to be made in this. I'm making a good living. There's a lot of people making a good living. But PC something.
Yeah.
Like personally collect something. And don't worry about what your PC is worth. And don't let any of your friends speak into that and go, your collection's crap. You don't have any cards. It's worth anything. Who cares? If you enjoy them and you're a Titans collector, which there's no Titans worth anything, but if that's what you do, then do that. Yep. And if you choose to make some money over here on the side, don't let that erode away at what you do over here. Because I just think we have too many people who want to go to shows and be the next whoever.
Yeah, to have the camera and have the moments. I
mean, when we go to a local show in Nashville, Tennessee, that's a big show. Mm-hmm. And in the first 10 minutes, I see 42 cameras and 18 Supreme sling bags. And it's like, what are we doing?
Yep, I agree.
I'm an old cranky man, I guess, Mike, but I just love that. I want to teach kids that, listen, yes, you can make a lot of money. And if you do things right, you should make some money.
Sure.
You're keeping your cards in good condition and buying and selling at the right times, all those kinds of things.
Yep.
But please, for the goodness of the hobby, just be about the hobby for a second.
Yeah, find a piece of it. Like I've always said, I'm the same way. I do a ton of stuff for money in the hobby. Content, the majority of content we make is because we're being paid. The majority of breaks I do is because we're being paid to break. The majority of buying and selling I do is to flip to make money. But there's also the flip side of that is when I get sick and tired of having anything to do with the hobby. Like this past week, I was like, you know what? I don't want anything to do with it. I'm sick of getting judged and yelled at and all this other crap. Cool, but I did on vacation buy 3 cards I needed for the man set, which is going to be worth nothing in 10 years. 2024 Topps Football, the finest set, the man. I just liked it when I was a kid. I've been piecing that set together. I went out and bought a Tom Glavine for my Definitive Ink NT set that was like $41. Those are the things where it's like, you know what? All the noise is gone. There's no money to be made here. I'm probably never selling the set anyways, and no one's going to pay what I've paid because I've been chasing it. I do think those are very grounding moments. So, I agree. Sure. Kids especially, like if you can instill it in them young, but even adults, like you always hear about hobby burnout. There is burnout when you're chasing just money. I think there has to chase money, by the way. I do that all the time. Like I'm all about chasing the money in this as long as it's not unethical. But also, there's crap I do in the hobby just for sheer enjoyment. And I think that's important. I agree. I totally agree.
Going to the other extreme, we put it on our socials this week because as a shop owner, it probably brought me more joy to do what I'm about to tell you than to have somebody rip a $2,000 card out of a $1,000 box. But we had a guy come in. He said, hey, any chance I'm looking for a card? He was probably in his 60s. If he's listening and you're not in your 60s, sorry, but you look like you're in your 60s. But he came in.
60 might be a little old for podcasts. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I hope he's younger. I hope he's
But he came in and he said, is there anything I can help you with? And he said, you probably won't have it. I said, what are you looking for? He said, I need 1 card. And I'm not I could go to eBay and finish this tonight. That's not the way I do things. I like the hunt.
I like that.
Go to a
That's
show.
how I was with my sets. Yeah. No eBay. Almost.
And he said, I've got a set that I've been working on, which, by the way, I'll never do another one because high numbers are the worst.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I've been down that road. And so anyway, he said, I could go to eBay and buy it. I said, what are we looking for? He said, I'm looking for a 72 Joe Morgan high number traded. It was one they used to stamp the big yellow traded on it.
Okay.
It was a high number. And I said, you know what? Oddly enough, I think I've got one. And he said, well, what condition? I said, I think it's probably like a 5, 6. It's a mid-grade. And so anyway, we go dig. We go to Joe Morgan. Boom. There it is. He goes, unbelievable. I got to finish my set today.
Perfect.
So I said, can we post about this? And he said, sure. So like if you go to our socials, he's standing there holding the card. It was a $25 or $30 sale on the day that here I am talking about it because it meant something to the hobbyist. And I just think in the world of, do you have another case of Flawless or, what do you think about, the next Downtowns or Kabooms or you had any gold Kabooms or, I get asked this all the time in the shop. What's the biggest card you've got? What's the biggest pull you've ever had? And what's the biggest card in here? And I know some of that's curiosity from probably non-collectors. They just want to know like, hey,
headlines.
Yeah. Yep. But man, what a great moment.
That's pretty cool.
For this guy to finish a set that he's been working on for a year. I love that. And so, I don't know. In all of this, I would hope that whoever's listening, don't give up on the hobby side of this.
Agreed.
Like it's what it's always been about. And maybe if anything, some of this kind of negative news causes us to go, okay, number one, most people listening probably aren't even swimming in those pools anymore.
Sure.
They're not buying
not affected
six-figure cards.
Yep.
But though, even if you are or not, just, I don't know, I guess a plea or a call to go, just enjoy it for a minute. Like, don't make it all about the money.
Find your happy place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Like Jesse's found the couch.
If it's doing 90s inserts, which you're talking about a resurgence.
Oh.
Guys our age.
Those are coming back again.
I'm 47, about to be 48.
Yep.
I can't tell you how many guys are starting to come in my shop and go, hey, man, I'm looking for, like, where's your 90, not the junk like 91, 92, but.
Sure, 96 to 99.
Yeah, like. Hey, you got elites. Do you have beam teams? Do you
gold
have
medallions?
All that?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we've, you have to dig a little bit, but we've got them there.
Yeah.
Just some real fun inserts.
No, that's a good point, yeah. And we don't talk about it on here all the time either because I also understand that's the tough thing. As interesting as, like, to me, that story, I'm like, I would have been more happy for that guy than anything else that happened in your shop, just like you were. It is weird, though. We also live in a time where it's like, yeah, but what's the headline of the show is going to be? The Shilling and how we kind of went after a guy and we called out this, this auction house, which we didn't really call them out, but yeah, it is. Yeah. I think your point is well taken. So, anything else? I got mailbag if not.
No, I don't know. I knew what we were going to talk about early and I kind of wanted to, I guess.
Sentimental Shep. I like it. We needed some bouncing on here. He's dead. I'm negative. You're the bounce.
It gets cold outside. I get, flannel and.
Dude, the weather stinks. Oh, yeah. I forget how much I freaking hate wintertime.
But
I was raised in the winter. This I used to laugh at this.
But I do get sentimental this time of year. You know, I'm probably going to play Norah Jones on the way home.
Ooh, which album?
Back to sleep.
Like greatest hits, or what are we talking?
I'll probably do greatest hits. But, it starts to get dark at 4 o'clock.
Bag of bones.
You're a bag of bones. Go back to the coach. Norah Jones. Interesting. Okay.
Well, it's just the time of year. You know, you get that warm fuzzy.
Sure.
Yeah. So
All right.
I'm probably going to go back to the shop and rip a holiday box.
Are you really? The shop's not even open.
I have
Getting
the
high in
keys.
your own supply.
Yeah, I have the keys.
It's not good.
Is Batman coming in tomorrow?
I think so. I need to look on the order.
Oh, yeah. By the way, where is the freaking Topps product for the rest of the month, next couple months? We have Update and we have Pro Debut coming out Wednesday. There's nothing else on the
I feel like they've purposely slowed down. It's weird.
Is the hobby crap, non-hobby crap the same? Like there's nothing coming out?
Yeah, there's not even any non-hobby Topps products. to talk
Non-sports,
about this
nothing.
week.
I got solicited for Allen and Ginter last week, so that's got to be at least a few weeks out.
I think it's December 3rd. But again, that's not a big, like that's a couple, like a 1 or 2 off product. Like where is 5-star?
Isn't it still available on the Topps website?
It is.
Allen Ginter?
As of this morning. Like where is 5-star and triple threads? Like all this other good stuff.
Cosmic.
Where is Cosmic?
Or
Where is Prestige?
Here's your one that's supposed to, they skipped and then.
Platinum Anniversary?
Yes.
That used to come out late, but yeah, at this point.
Stadium Club, which I know is not a huge, but people love
Photography, I get it.
And it's 2 on-card
where is it?
autos.
Right.
Like it's
And the chrome are back to the insert. Yeah, it is weird. Like we're a third of the way through freaking November. Draft and Best used to come out Christmas week-ish.
Did you guys jump on the last town hall? Jesse, were you part of the last town hall?
I didn't get on that one.
Okay, they did address it on there a little bit.
Okay.
They said they pushed a few of those because they talked about those in particular.
Yeah, no kidding.
They pushed a few of those because, don't quote me on this, a lot of attention went to the release of basketball.
Okay.
But now that it's off and kind of running, and it's been really good, I think, for a flagship.
Yeah.
And then, hey, here it's coming. So between now and the first of the year, you should see
10 releases? Like
I hope.
I mean, there's got to be something. Like it's a weird. I talked to Eddie last night. He's like, "Hey, you cool with me taking a few?" I was like, first of all, take a time off anytime. But I was like, I don't know what else we're gonna do anyways. I'm not gonna go buy stuff just to rip it and break even. Like I'll wait till I'm fine with rebuying stuff and cost averaging, but I'm also like, there's not been a product where I'm like I was in love with that I have to go out and get more of. So we've been buying like vintage crap. I say vintage for breaking, late '90s stuff, early 2000s.
Yeah, you can do mixers with and
Sure, because I'm like, but at this point, man, it is bleak. And even Update and Debut are not like cases we're going to be breaking. Like it's personal boxes.
Well, and they still owe, according to when we were back at industry conference, there's still 3 or 4 wrestling SKUs that we haven't seen.
Hey, didn't they say like 5 or 6 this year?
Yeah, and I think we've seen 3.
Yeah.
No, we saw Cactus Jack, we saw Finest,
Was Chrome
There
this
was
year?
wrestling.
and Chrome
Wrestling.
had already come out. They were supposed to be
WrestleMania,
like
the royalty one? Did that come out
they were
yet?
supposed to be like an Unrivaled or something like that, and Royalty.
Yeah.
There was WrestleMania Cactus Jack, and then there was WWE Cactus Jack.
Right, that was one because the WWE was for that event,
Okay.
and then you had Finest.
Yeah.
But that's it.
That kind of looked like Cactus Jack a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's
so-
weird. I don't know, but it's very strange to me that there's this much of a gap. And this is basically like we just went through the whole playoff run in the freaking World Series and we get nothing. Like it is kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. So hopefully that picks up.
I will put a plug out there for Topps if they're listening. If not, I'll just text Scott.
They're listening. I'm gonna text
I think
Ruben
people
right now.
want talking about wrestling in particular, WWE. I would love to see them put out a lower end product.
Oh yeah, everything's been expensive.
Go back
right?
to Heritage, a paper product. Go back to Heritage. Topps Heritage was awesome back in the day.
They made wrestling hair.
They
I
did,
didn't
and
actually even know that.
it was awesome.
Okay.
Or I don't know if there's a flagship type thing they could do.
Have they ever
where-
just made a Topps like a Series 1 of wrestling? Oh, they have.
Yeah, so like I'm just telling you from the customer standpoint, there's a lot of wrestling people out there that are wanting to spend like $125, $150.
Yeah, not
a box.
400.
Right, and the 400 stuff's fine because it promises good stuff.
Sure.
But
it would be nice to have a lower
So if you're
entry.
listening to the people, like a good just a paper flagship
Something
type
cheap.
product would be really really good.
I never even knew they did that in the past.
By the way, the Topps, so every Monday on Twitter, and I think they posted on Instagram too, Topps will make a post of what's coming out this week, either as like a pre-order, an EQL, or you can just go out and buy it.
What's
So
on there?
This is what's showing for
As of
this
today?
week.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep. As
Okay.
of today, 2025, Topps Chrome Formula 1 pre-order is today at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Driving circles.
You've got
Pass.
2025 Topps Chrome Update Baseball pre-order.
Chrome update?
Yep. Chrome
Okay, so we haven't been solicited for that yet.
Yeah,
which this is how I've noticed they've been doing it. Once the pre-order goes out, which is, again, today at 12 p.m. Eastern,
Then you start to get solicited.
then you're going to get a solicitation.
Because that's, I'm
Thursday.
They're
assuming.
going to judge on how they're going to judge pricing on solicitation based on how well and how
demand
fast
there.
it goes.
And that's where we're going to see
guess.
the debut patches again, I'm assuming.
Well, and if Cal Raleigh pulls this MVP off,
Oh, yeah, his base cards
which gets
there.
announced this week.
I was wondering about that.
I think it's the 13th.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to need, because
And they said he would be an update if he is the MVP. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he's going to, but
See, I think he's winning it. I do. I think the baseball writers are going to like put their flag in the sand of like, nope, this guy had the greatest offensive season for that position ever. That's worth something to us. And he's a catcher, which is the most important position on the field. I just think they're going to get sentimental. And they're not a rational group of old farts, so.
A couple other ones that are coming out, 2025 Topps Cosmic Chrome Baseball.
Whoa.
there we go.
What's the date on that?
I believe there was some question about this.
A lot of questions.
So
Yeah,
this
we
is
haven't
a
freaking heard it.
pre-order. So I would also suggest anybody listening to mark your calendar tomorrow, Tuesday the 11th at 12 p.m. Eastern. You can go out there and pre-order.
What's the
Hobby
price?
boxes are listed at $330.
I mean, granted, last year they hit like $750, $800. $330 pre-order is tough.
So you got
Okay.
that. There's three other ones. So there's actually a number of products listed this week. You've got 2025 Topps Archives pre-order.
Yeah, okay.
That's tomorrow,
Cheap paper,
the
yep.
11th, again at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
2025 Topps Update Series Baseball. That is Wednesday.
That's releasing Wednesday, yeah.
Yep. And then you've got 2025 Topps Pro Debut Baseball.
Yeah, which releases
also
Wednesday. Okay.
Any word on Heritage High Number?
I've not heard of anything other than what we just said, and some of those I hadn't even heard of till right now.
Yeah, that's good news, though. I mean, that
Be nice if we can get like 800 cases of Cosmic. I seem to remember being owed a favor, so maybe calling that in pretty soon with Cosmic. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's fine. I will, though. Cosmic, I will go absolutely nuts for. Cosmic and Bowman's Best, I think, are the two best of the year, every year. So, all right, let's go mailbag. Ian Babcock, is Mike Trout really still someone people care about collecting? 1,000%, and I actually think even more right now because his pricing has come down so hard. I think people still know he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He'll still have an end of his career run. And at this point, if you had any interest at any point, it's even more now because you can get him for a way cheaper price.
yeah, especially on the auto side.
Oh,
I mean, I've
yeah.
got some autos sitting at the shop. Probably in the last couple of years, 25 to orange. You know, the orange to 25.
Yeah, those used to be $500-$600.
I mean, they're $300.
Yeah, different world right now.
He's also about to make some headlines, maybe in the next year or so too. He's going to hit some milestones. I think he's right at the 400
Yeah,
home run mark.
he's going to hit 500 career home runs.
Yeah,
Like, unless he just totally stops playing. Yeah.
you know, I feel bad though because I'm always so happy when guys are loyal to a team, but he has been loyal to a fault.
He's Barry Sanders.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not that as good as Barry. But, I mean, it's, yeah, I wish he would leave and go to a market that would actually compete.
well, especially seeing what Shohei, because you know I've seen a round of like memes in the last week or so that you know both these guys they're standing beside each other. Both these guys played on the same team and won 0 playoff games.
Yep.
And then Shohei's gone on to do. Trout could have done it and didn't. And,
Of course.
which has vastly affected, I think, his legacy and his market. But
100%. And the injury stuff has killed it. But that's legacy type stuff. Like Ohtani now has, if he never plays another game, he has a top 5 Cy Young finish, 4 MVPs, a runner-up in the MVP, and 2 World Series. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Trout stuff is weird, though, because I think people are actually now getting more endeared. And I also think about it, again, if you get back to the sentimentality of it, my big thing for PC is I still love buying. Like, I like to have autos of everybody who I watched when I was a kid that was great. So, like, I have a nice Montana, a Favre, a Steve Young, all these guys that were, like, the greats when they were doing it. For a 7-year stretch, 8-year stretch, Trout was the best player in baseball.
Yeah.
So, again, even for guys like my age or younger, it's like, okay, he was still the guy there. I want a piece to collect, to keep, because that was a significant part of my baseball memory. I do think for that reason he'll always stay relevant. And he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, same thing. If he retired tomorrow, he's still making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so he's still got a few jumps.
And he's only like 32.
When he hits those milestones.
33?
And he can DH for...
Not to mention, if he ever stays healthy for a year, the guy's going to hit 45 home runs.
Yeah.
And he's going to be an MVP top 5 candidate, if not win it. And maybe one year they get weird and like the Blue Jays just made the freaking World Series. At some point, the Angels could sneak into the playoffs. It's not unheard of. Roki, not Sasaki, says, the first year of NBA Prism is highly sought after, even just for base cards of the league's greats. Curious if we'll see the same thing for Topps licensed products. If so, what product would you expect this for?
Chrome.
Yeah, Topps Chrome to me is the one. Yeah, I think Topps Chrome was Prism before there was Prism. Like, it was the first premium, just the product. So, yeah, I think that's probably correct.
Well, especially if Cooper, I mean, this rookie class is pretty solid.
Oh, it's excellent. Here's the only difference, though. Prism had never existed before. Right. Topps Chrome has. So I don't think there will be nearly as, like 2012 Prism is still a huge set, and it was also not printed much. I don't think we'll ever see that type of effect. If we do at all, though, it'll be with Topps Chrome.
Well, and we have to wait and see what kind of creativity Topps is going to come out with on a new catalog. Yep. You know, I think everybody has in their mind that, oh, great, all we're going to get is Topps paper, Topps Chrome, and Finest. No, these guys are going to create a catalog that will, well, you know, look, we're going to lose Mosaic and Select and National Treasures.
Sure, but you're going to get Cosmic and Dynasty and Icons.
And Royalty and Motif, and they're going to create a, just everybody breathe, give it a second. Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm glad Panini's gone.
No,
I'm just saying that they will create a catalog, much like Panini did.
Of course. And as soon as Panini's gone, by the way, everybody's going to say how great they were. That's what's always. That's always how it goes. As soon as you can't have one, oh, that was the best we ever had. Garrett Blaine, do you think Topps baseball case hits will go up in price now that they're taking over all major sports? For example, home field advantage, still very affordable, not anywhere near a downtown. Yeah, this is the biggest question. It's a long question after that. I do wonder, because especially football and basketball, those are case hit sports. Like, hobby guys want downtowns and kabooms and color blasts and all that. Topps does not have anything that competes in that right now. They also have never had licensing, which makes a huge difference. And once you can't get the other, and they actually have licensing, like, what do we see this year? Or I guess next, yeah. Well, this year, yeah, Topps basketball. We'll see. But I agree. They have to find a way. I don't know how you do it, but you've got to find a way to make those super desirable. Because football and basketball guys want case hits.
They will. There'll be something there. Now, I don't think it's going to affect the previous, like the home field advantages.
Sure.
Number one, those were a little easier to hit than we really gave credit
right.
for. I don't know if it'll backtrack and cause a bump there. Where I would be more curious, not to go a different direction this, but where I would be curious would Bowman's, like with the NIL being such a big deal, baseball is so notorious.
Oh, for prospects?
For prospects, and the Bowman's first.
I know.
I wonder if NIL
Bowman's
first becomes more valuable. Not astronomical.
Yeah.
But does somebody, okay, let's just take Wemby for an example. Does Wemby's Bowman's first become a more sought-after card once we all get acclimated back to Bowman and Topps being a thing than it currently is?
Maybe. Here's the biggest thing, though. In baseball, you have no other option. Like, if you think, I'm trying to think of like a great number one, top 5 pick in the last couple of years in draft, who didn't immediately jump up. So, like, Kurtz immediately jumped up. Skeens, who the heck? Travis Bazzana. Like, Bazzana was the number one pick last year, right? 24? I think that's right. If you want to have a Bazzana card, you have to go with the first prospect. That's it. Like, there's no other option. And a lot of guys spend multiple years in the minors. So it's like, if you want that guy's stuff, you have no other option for years. So it's forced you to do it. And they're also in that uniform, though. That's the biggest difference to me. Wemby's not going to be in the, he's going to be in another uniform. Cooper Flag first, yeah, it's a first, but it's with Duke. It's a college. It's not. So that's why I think the popularity will grow some, but I think that will always hold it back. I think.
Yeah.
But somebody asked about shill bidding. We talked about that. I like this one. Tell Mike to check his DMs. Also, if you're buying or selling an old PSA label, do you expect a slight percentage off comp due to it being an old label? That's funny. This has come up a lot lately. People pay more for new labels. No question.
Okay. But I sold 2 Jordan rookies last week.
Okay.
That in old labels.
Same money?
Same money. And when somebody's like asked that very question, I said, all you got to do is send them in, pay a few bucks, and they won't change the grades.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a 6. It's still, I think I sold a 3 and a 6. Both were old labels, came out of one collection, and probably if I had the time and those weren't such liquid cards, I would have done it myself.
Sure.
But
if it doesn't affect the price, who cares?
But it's a minimal fee.
Yeah.
It's not like you're paying the $300 for them to redo it. It's just a reholder. It's like $25, $30, and you can have it. So I'm not going to give you a major break
for a $25 fee
on a Jordan rookie when there's
Okay.
So that's my take on it anyway.
I was hoping we had a guy from PSA on today. I do want to talk about the PSA grading guarantee. You know, like if you buy a card in a PSA holder and somehow it turns out to be fake, counterfeit, whatever, they will pay market value for it. There's been a lot of guys making content lately, and it was like, well, but it doesn't apply to the original submitter. And I was trying to think of how this would be relevant, and I'm not trying to be ignorant. I just don't know. For example, if I send in a card and it's fake, but they grade it because they miss it, and then years later I send it back, I don't get paid. That's at least how it looks like the terms of service read right now. I've reached out to Ryan today to see if he'd come on, the president over there. He was just busy. I do want to get a real answer because I was also trying to think like, well, I think in general they're just thinking, well, if you send in a fake card, we're going to know it and catch it and it's over. So don't worry about it. But I could see the rationale of like, hey, I didn't know it was fake. I'm just sending a card in because I think I got a Jordan rookie. I'm sending it to PSA because I think it's real. And they grade it a 6 or whatever, and then a couple years later they come up with a new label or a new holo, and for that reason I just want it reholdered. And they catch it. It reads to me and to everybody who's read it, it seems kind of black and white, honestly, that you are not covered by that. And that seems off. Like, why wouldn't you stand? And so that's why I want an actual interpretation from them, so I'm not misrepresenting that. But I just wasn't able to get the guy on today. Let's see, a couple more will be done. Michael B. Dillon. I work in an LCS in the heart of a major city that is almost an LCS desert. We buy, but at our city store, it's nonstop barrage of 80s, 90s junk wax, and I'm starting to feel bad in turning away these people. Any advice on how to do it in the friendliest way and not just tell them their stuff is for kindling? Take it to Goodwill. Like you can get a tax write-off of Goodwill or Kids Hospital or something.
I mean, I almost wish I had like a little recorder that when somebody comes in, I can just hit play because I say pretty much the exact same thing every time.
Yeah.
First of all, I always create conversation and give commentary as I'm looking through it. I can do this because I'm 47 years old. I can always say, oh, man, I love these cards. This is the heart of when I collected. Oh, man, it's like a walk down memory lane.
Yep.
If they brought me 12 collections, they're going to hear the same spiel 12 times. But I always try to give commentary. I always give the common courtesy of looking. I'm not going to look down in their tub and go, nah, get it out of here. I'm gonna thumb through it at least to a degree. I'm gonna have that kind of conversation around it, and as I'm doing it, I'm already laying the groundwork for. I remember back in my day, you could buy these at every gas station and every Kmart and every grocery store and every furniture store and the auto mechanic. Everywhere you went had boxes of cards.
A personal touch.
Yeah. And then I always say, honestly, there's nothing we can use today. It has nothing to do with the quality of players. It's quantity of cards that were produced, and so it doesn't make them worth less. It just makes them not worth a whole lot of monetary value. So they come in faster than they go out. We don't really take them right now and I always kind of add this, like, as much as we love Ryan Sandberg, that doesn't mean anything to a kid.
Sure.
And so we have a very limited market, but here's some things you can try.
Yeah, Facebook
Marketplace. That's always my go-to.
And Craigslist, by the way. Put them on Craigslist.
Yeah. I said there's plenty of guys who will buy in bulk, etc. We just don't, we don't take it. However, if you've got unopened wax, we'll take that.
Yep.
But yeah, we just, unfortunately, I love these cards. They're just not worth a whole lot. And you let them down soft. I've never had anybody get mad at me over that.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say anybody. I think on our Google, we've had 1 or 2 bad reviews, and it was because we didn't buy their stuff.
He didn't buy my crap.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's a way to, like, as you're doing it, create conversation.
Common sense. Be courteous to people. Yeah. But the other thing is, too, go to Goodwill. Like, you can donate stuff there and get a tax write-off for it.
I tell people this, like, do you have a kid in your world? Like, give them it. Be a good starter set. You're not giving them anything of great value.
Sure.
Another one, do you have a teacher in your life? They love to have these for, like, first and second graders that don't really care. They just want a bunch of cards. They could gift them. There's autistic centers that love them because of the bright coloring. There's all kinds of ways to let that person know that you can do something with these other than just throw them in the trash.
Agreed. Yeah.
Now, I've had people that we've wanted 10% of it, and they'll leave all of it. That's a whole different discussion.
I would do that too, by the way.
Yeah,
you're not cherry picking. And if you're not cherry picking, I'm not taking this crap home. I don't blame them.
I'll tell you a quick funny story. I had a guy brought a bunch of 90s wax, which we always buy. It's great.
Yep.
It's a cheap, inexpensive way for somebody to fill a part of the hobby or walk down memory lane. So we always take that. So I told the guy, and in the back of his Jeep, he had, I think, 15 or 18 5-row boxes of garbage. Like when I open it up, it's all yellow, 91 Fleer. Ugh. Awful. So anyway, I totaled it up and I said, man, we could do like $650 on this stuff right here. And he goes, I can't do that. And I'm thinking like, what's this guy want? And he said, no, the number's fine, but you got to take it all. I said, I tell you what, I'll give you $700 if you don't make me take that. He goes, no, I know what I've got. You either want it all or you. So anyway,
we get the dumpster right there, though. That's perfect.
Well, we put it up by the door, put a free thing on it. We took a quick picture. Guess where we put it?
Facebook.
On Facebook Marketplace. We said free, first person. Had a guy from Clarksville. 2 hours later, gone.
Perfect.
So,
yeah, there's ways to do it.
Just
tactfully.
Don't be a jerk. I mean, don't tell them, hey, I'm sorry, your stuff's crap.
Yeah.
Like, this is a better way to do it. So.
Agreed. Last one I say, well, this guy is critical of our sponsor, PSA, which we'll always read it. Talk about how PSA is screwing everyone right now, not opening their packages for literally months after receipt. Flay Ada. I mean, I don't know. I've gotten our stuff back in pretty regular times, 2 to 3 months right now.
I'm at about 6 weeks, 8 at the max.
So 2 months. Okay. Yeah. That's where I'm at too. Like, I don't know. Are you using?
I would raise the question if you are using other resources, and I don't know how much, I don't know, but if they kind of took some SGC graders,
we have more people. Yeah.
Why is it taking longer?
I mean, one thing is for sure, like their numbers are going up every month. But even still, you'd think the amount of workers would be covering that. I don't know.
I mean, I guess though the market has pretty much crashed on SGC, so all those people, I know in our store. Almost 100%.
You're not subbing SGC at all now, right?
I mean, I'm this close.
Yeah.
And you've heard me say it on here. I love them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, me too.
But 6 week turnaround's not getting it done. My problem is it's taking me 2 weeks to get an order of 40.
Oh, because you got to fill. Yeah.
I mean, it's just not even like I'm just not getting the cards.
Yeah.
But all of those people that were formerly subbing with SGC, almost
PSA.
100%.
Yeah, people didn't stop grading. They just
my PSA numbers went up.
Yeah.
My PSA numbers have gone through the roof. My SGC has dropped the floor.
Real quick, one point, Josh Epstein messaged me over the weekend. He went to a card show. He said that no one was accepting for sale or to trade or to buy SGC slabs. I was curious. It does make me think of all the times where we've been promoting SGC, and now most of my collection's SGC. I do wonder if I just have to crack it all and just either sell it raw or try and regrade it.
Oh, well, don't sell it raw. I mean, one show, and that's an exaggeration. There's never been a show in the history of the world where people aren't buying or selling at some. Are they paying less than they were up 2 months ago? Absolutely. But, I mean, Josh, I'll buy your SGC 9.5s and 10s for more than raw. Like, right now, just message us on social. Done. In a heartbeat.
I mean, I'll keep buying them.
I have no issue with them. Yeah.
We treat SGC like they got caught in some scandal and like their crap is like it's worthless now. All it was there was a little bit of a slide, in personnel and timing. What I'm saying is what was done by them is still good.
Oh, yeah, but the market now says it's worth less than PSA and everything else. The ratios, the margin's just gotten way bigger. Like, it used to be 70 to 80% for baseball.
Right.
Now it is way. There's not a single new card that I would get in a break even and send to them. Why? I'd rather wait the extra 4 weeks of PSA.
Yeah, and maybe this is a different topic for a different day. I don't understand why the slide, as bad as it has been, because it wasn't like they. The perception
is PSA bought him to crush him. If you think it's going down, and it's tough for me. I have sets in SGC holders. Again, for me, this is the nice part. Playing into your part about being sentimental about stuff. I'm not selling those sets. I just want them in a uniform holder. I'm still submitting to them, or I will. I have 8 to 10 cards at the house. I need to. As soon as those sets are ready to go, though, I'm going to send all, I don't know, it's probably 200, 300 cards. It's all going to SGC. I want them in SGC holders, all uniform. That's not changed for me, but the general market has spoken. We are not paying as much for SGC as we used to. So, yeah, it's a weird spot right now. But I would say I also do wonder if there's a little bit of a buying opportunity for it. But, yeah.
Well, especially if you can buy it cheap enough to crack it. And if you, I tell people all the time, buy the card, not the holder, unless it's a PSA holder, because then we can't argue it. But, like, buy the card, not the holder.
Yep.
If you can buy a 10 cheap and your eyes tell you that this is probably a 10 in PSA,
sure.
Buy, crack it, and send it.
I agree. Yep. Last question, Cole Benz. I grabbed a hobby box of Topps basketball on the website to hold sealed. Is this a long-term hold, or do I unload it before the Chrome product releases? At this point, I just hold it. I think it's going to be an awesome rookie class. So I would, and first year back.
Yeah, it's all about the rookies. So, yeah, if you think the rookie class is going to be there.
I mean, Cooper's look good. Like that Knuppel kid, Con, he's played awesome. I think Dylan Harper is going to be a very good player in the league for a while. Edgewater had an awesome start. He's kind of cooled off a little bit, but I think he's going to be very good. Yeah, to me. And the fact that it is first-year flagship with licensing, first year, there's a bunch of big names that have never had a Topps card with licensing before, Paolo and Giannis and all these other guys. I think that makes a difference.
One of the questions I would have for Topps on this particular product, because you know that there are going to be some people who hold this product long-term, how does that affect the redemptions? Because LeBron's a redemption. I would want to know.
It's 10 years at least.
It is 10. Okay.
Yeah, that was their global thing with Topps when they took over, and even old stuff, it's at least 10 years.
Okay.
So that's good. But yeah, that is a good point. Like, because he's a redemption. Man, a bunch of Cooper Flag. Actually, Cooper Flags seem to be mostly live, but I know Curry and LeBron for sure were almost all redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be
so
worried
on
about
that, let me ask you a redemption question, because I've been asked this a lot lately. Do you think there is a way that Panini will be able to redeem some of these old basketball guys now? A.K.A. Curry. He's the one that keeps getting asked about in the shop.
Because somebody has a redemption already?
Oh, they've had it for
and it's
years.
Never been filled.
And the reason I say this is Curry has always been one that traditionally has fulfilled his redemptions quickly. Yeah. They don't sit very long. Can they even legally go and do that now?
Yeah, I don't know the rules with that.
Because if they had stickers, they'd already redeemed them.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, though.
Okay.
And that, talk about stuff taking a wicked hit then. Like, sealed Panini stuff would take a massive hit, because a lot of those big names are redemptions. So, I don't know. I wish I had an answer. It's scary. Yeah. Even like sealed wax, it used to be sealed wax is the safest thing in the world. And it's like, yeah, until you realize all the big names are redemptions, and you don't know if you're ever going to get them.
I guess go to Nationals and beat at their booth and see what they do for you.
Yeah, I guess. Well, there you go. A little bit of a different show today. Jesse, are you still alive?
Nope. I'm alive, but I've been really wanting to go to the bathroom, and I can't.
Is that what you did? Did you leave? Someone's still in there?
There was someone in there, and then there's people in the office, and I don't think I can do it if anyone's
please
here.
Please don't. I'd like to be able to renew this lease. Yeah,
that's hurtful.
No, for your sake, I'm helping. Yeah, no, that's for you. I'm trying to help. We'll be back on Thursday. As far as like other crap coming up, I don't think we have a ton on books right now. So yeah, slow releases. I mean, we'll have update and pro debut on Wednesday. We're actually going to do Cut the Nonsense live Wednesday night. We always release it as a premiere. We're going to do the actual show live on YouTube Wednesday night on Sports Cards and Nonsense. I think it's going to be 7 Central, maybe. So you can join the live chat. We're going to have a call-in number, too. It's on Streamer, so if you want to join the show, you're welcome to. And then, check out the rest of the other stuff we're releasing on a daily basis. Shep's Cards and Collectibles. Check it out. Don't let them die.
Appreciate it.
That's all I can say. All right, Sports Cards and Nonsense. We'll be back on Thursday with an award-winning person. Goodbye.